Hello, welcome to Latest TV. I'm Andrew Kay and I'm joined in the studio today by Jennie Castell. Jennie's a singer and I've known you some years now, Jennie, seeing you in and around Brighton's scene. But you're coming back to Brighton, or you live here, I know, but you're coming to Brighton with your show, which is about Dusty Springfield and Cilla Black.
I know, I'm very excited to be coming to the Ironworks on the 19th of September. Friday the 19th of September, I'll be taking in my heritage tributes. They're referred to when they're quite advanced and going back to the 60s, 50s. They're referred to as heritage tributes these days. And I'm bringing them in and I'm very excited to be performing 2 sets, one of Dusty, one of Cilla. Yeah.
When did you start singing, Jennie?
I was really small. I was 5. I went to church with my mum. I watched my sister walk in to church wearing her cassock, and I said to my mum, I want to do that. And she said, okay, but you have to ask the choir master yourself. So I marched up to the choir master after the service and I said, I want to join the choir as a 5-year-old. And he said to me, okay, but how old are you? And I said, I'm 5. And he said, well, but you have to be 6 to join the choir. And he said, but why don't you come along on Tuesday at 6 o'clock and we'll try you out. And they tried me out for 12 years. So I stayed with them for a long time.
Church choirs are a great starting point for anyone with singing aspirations. But what happened next? Did you go to theatre school? Did you go to drama school?
Well, I was fronting my first band at the age of 15 with fully adult accomplished musicians. And I didn't do very well in school, truth be known. I went back and did some resits. And then after that, I went to a college called ECAT in Eastbourne. It's not there anymore. And I did a BTEC in performing arts. And that's when I hit my stride. And after that, I went to university to study drama.
And what sort of places were you playing in that band at 15 years old?
15 years old, I was playing in a club, and it was a pub, and I was completely, obviously underage. But I've been 6 foot a while, and
yes.
They didn't detect it. And also back then, it wasn't as frowned upon as much as it is now.
These
got
days,
away with it.
These days, I see from a social media that you do a lot of gigs around the country, places like holiday camps.
Holiday parks, yeah, I do a lot in those, and I'm actually in Cornwall next week doing a theatre down in Redruth, and I've got some coming up in Southampton and then the Barnoldswick. I don't know if you know where that is, up past Manchester.
Yeah.
Manchester.
Yeah.
So I'm up there. I'm all over the country, and I've taken Dusty and Cilla this year. I've taken out to Cyprus, which was a brilliant and rather hot experience.
Did it go down well?
It did. I got some beautiful reviews. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about becoming Dusty, because I'm going to be showing some footage of you performing as Dusty. It's an extraordinarily good impersonation.
Oh, thank you. I started, it was about 7, 8 years ago. I think it just kind of grew from an idea, and I thought, well, if I'm going to tribute anybody, I could tribute her, being blonde and
tall,
and able to sing the songs, and tall. She wasn't particularly tall, and she did live in Brighton for a while.
She did indeed.
Yeah, she's got the blue plaque and everything.
That's right.
And
yes.
the bus.
And of course that wig. I mean, it's not really a wig. That's architecture, Jennie. I mean, the structure of that thing, it's beast.
The one I'm wearing, or
the one you're wearing,
that is 2 wigs stitched together with bubble wrap in the middle of it to give me the height. So you have to be quite creative. Yes, so there were 2 bedraggled wigs that I sent off to.
And no doubt a ton of mascara.
Mascara and dark eyes as well. Yeah.
But she was really fated as being the first white soul singer.
She really was, with such a husky kind of voice of substance like she had. And it was the music, I've got to say, is just beautiful to perform, because the lyrics, it's technical, it's not straightforward. It's beautiful. The lyrics are just emotive and heartfelt, and that's a lot of the songs that are not really they're unsung heroes in her songbook.
Yeah, she was very
Really
lucky to be
beautiful.
gifted brilliant material, wasn't she, by her management, I
She
suppose.
was, yeah, and Burt Bacharach, I believe, was behind some of them as well. The Look of
Yeah.
Love. I think I'm right there. You might have to correct me.
Cilla Black's a very different kettle of fish.
Well, the thing is, as you might know, is in the 60s, the songs were written and they lasted 2-3 minutes, and that was it. They were done.
Absolutely.
Okay, so filling a 45-minute set of Cilla is harder than Dusty because she had so many hits. But with Cilla, I've had to think on my feet, so I've turned her into a bit of a cheeky comedian, and I get some comedy in there, which
You're enjoying doing that.
I'm just a frustrated comedian, Andrew.
I'm a big Cilla Black fan. I think she had one of the best voices at that point. And also she got some great material. And I think it's really worth actually delving into her canon of work to find the things that we don't really know. But she sang some great songs, didn't she?
She did, yeah. Something tells me something's going to happen tonight.
Yeah.
And the love of the love.
Love of the Love, which is brilliant.
Yeah. Surround yourself with sorrows, good fun. It's such a miserable lyrics, but made to sound light and jolly. It's quite ironic, really.
And I think for a lot of people, they only know really Cilla from her later career as a TV presenter.
Well, that's the thing. I forever thought that she was a TV presenter and national treasure.
Yes.
And I think I was probably a fully fledged adult by the time that I realised that actually she was a singer in the 60s, which came as a bit of a shock to me. So then I became a little bit curious and wanted to find out more about what she sang back then. And Cilla, I think, well, where did that idea come from? I can't even remember. It feels like I've been doing this so long.
Well, you were at home thinking, I can't do Dusty all night.
I can't do Dusty all night. What am I going to do for the second half?
When you take the show around the country, does it get different reception in different places?
It always gets a really nice reception, a really positive reception. Yeah, I've been very fortunate in that respect that some of the feedback I've had has been wholeheartedly supportive. Yeah.
Have you done Cilla in Liverpool yet?
No.
Are you
No.
going to?
I don't know. I haven't had the offer yet.
Would that feel
so-
slightly dangerous for
Yes,
you?
definitely. Intimidating when they're judging my Liverpudlian accent, maybe.
Well, it's not that difficult an accent to pick up. I mean, even I can do it, but then I grew up there, so...
Shall we try?
No.
No.
Which other songwriters and singers do you actually really admire?
I love Aretha Franklin. I have a deep respect and admiration for Shirley Bassey. But then I also like singers like Adele and Annie Lennox. So yeah, it's just quite a vast kind of stark contrast, I should say, in music and singers that I like.
And you're very lucky to have a vocal range that can cope with most of those voices.
I have got quite a large vocal range. It gets me into trouble.
Into trouble? How?
Too loud.
Oh, too loud.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with being too loud.
Powerful. We'll call it
Powerful,
powerful.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like I never use the word cheap, I always say affordable. Which is a much more polite way of saying it.
It is very.
So powerful is better than loud. Are there any singers that you haven't done yet that you really would like to tackle?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Well, I've had some curveballs thrown at me. Later this week I'm going down to Somerset as part of a new project where I've been asked to join a band that's up and running, and they'll be my backing band. So they've asked me to learn some Lizzo.
Blimey.
I know.
And of course, I see that you do Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd nationally.
I mean, that is a big thing in your life, isn't it?
It's huge now, yes. And the music is quite an experience in its own right. And it's incredible. The album that we do, Dark Side of the Moon, for the second half is it's spine tingling and sold 45 million albums worldwide.
Absolutely.
And it's still selling today. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, listen, you've had a fantastic career already. I hope
Thank you.
continue to do this. Everyone loves coming to hear you.
Thank you,
And
Andrew.
remind us again when you're at the Ironworks.
I'm at the Ironworks on Friday, the 19th of September next month. Yeah.
Brilliant. And we'll play out with a little bit of you singing something by Dusty.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
A preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking through the backyard. We'd go walking, then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows, to my surprise, the only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. He was, ooh, yeah, he was. I don't know what it is that makes me love you so. I only know I never wanna let you go. 'Cause you started something, can't you see? That ever since we met you had a hold on me. It has to be true. I only wanna be with you. I close my eyes and count to 10, and when I